Thank you, Mr. Crenshaw.
Thank you to the committee, and I appreciate you having me here. I have a variety of amendments that I've put before the committee. I'll just talk about one today, number 636. And this is an important one because it gets at a potential solution that we've long ignored for our veterans and our service members with PTSD. About 27% of post 9/11 veterans are diagnosed with PTSD. It's the fourth highest service-connected disability of all recipients, with more than almost 1.2 million veterans receiving compensation for it. There's been more than 800,000 service-connected disability claims related to mental health from the global war on terror alone. During the 20 years of war, there's been a greater acceptance of the psychological and moral toll of the war. Early on, seeking help was stigmatized. Now, it's not just accepted, but encouraged, and that's a good thing. Treatments have advanced as a result with counseling and other more effective treatments. While the advancements in treatments for PTSD is something to celebrate, we can't allow that celebration to turn into complacency. We have to push forward and encourage medical innovation and exploration, and even if it means getting outside our comfort zone. This is what I offered. This is why I offered this amendment, to allow the Secretary of Defense to provide grants for research into the use of psychedelics to treat PTSD among service members. I understand most people will hear the term psychedelic and have negative connotations, and they may even believe that what I'm proposing would allow service members to start experimenting with psychedelics on their own without supervision, or that I'm advocating for descheduling. That's not the case. I am proposing that research that has been done at the private sector and even at the VA be expanded to include service members so they can stay in uniform and continue to serve. Lessons they learned in our last wars need to be passed on so that we don't lose that experience as we approach the next horizon. The use of psychedelics to treat PTSD is not new or isolated or fringe. My home state of Texas recently passed a law that allows research institutions to study the use of psychedelics to help veterans with PTSD. Research was first conducted at the VA in the 60s, when scientists considered psychedelics a potential game changer in treating psychiatric conditions. But as recreational use increased, the studies were abandoned until recently, when the VA re-implemented the program last summer after FDA and NDAA approval. Now imagine if that research had continued and we knew the full potential of psychedelics to treat PTSD among veterans. If we look at private sector research that uses MDMA, we see that 88% of trials have a significant reduction in symptoms and 67% no longer have PTSD. How many of the more than 65,000 veterans who have taken their own life since 2010 would still be with us if those studies from the 60s had continued? This isn't just an abstract or theoretical. It is not just numbers. The use of psychedelics to treat PTSD has a face. It is service members, people like Jonathan Lubecki, a veteran who suffered from PTSD and made multiple suicide attempts. Jonathan credits 3 treatments with MDMA across 7 years as the reason his son, Joey, quote, has a father instead of a folded flag. Jonathan believes in his treatment so much he's dedicated his life's works to it, serving as the Veterans and Government Affairs Liaison for MAPS, which is the Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies. It is also special operators, guys like Marcus Capone, who's a SEAL Team 6 operator who credits psychedelic therapy with not just treating his PTSD, but saving his life and bringing his family back together. Like Jonathan, after Marcus's experience with psychedelics to treat PTSD, has committed himself to assisting others. He does so through VETS, Veterans Exploring Treatment Solutions. It's a nonprofit that serves the special operations community with grants so they can go abroad and get the psychedelic treatment that was so crucial to helping Marcus. And the SEAL teams and the special operations community, we are ingrained with the value and commitment to help our teammates. And I think that's why he's doing what he's doing. I know plenty of others who have done that exact same treatment, very close friends of mine, and their stories are all the same. It was absolutely life-changing. It changed everything for them. 1 day of treatment. And I asked that my amendment be made in order so that this House can consider this new and innovative way to treat our service members and give them a chance to continue to serve while taking part in treatment that can help them function not just in uniform, but in life. They deserve that option. It's worth noting, we had this opportunity a year ago to pass this into law, but we did not. It was not made in order. We cannot lose another year with suicide rates the way they are. We should not be forcing our service members or our veterans to use nonprofits and go down to Mexico to get this treatment to save their lives. We should be looking into it at least ourselves. And this amendment only starts pilot programs and only starts the studies to do so. It's a small start, but it's a necessary one, and we can't lose another year in doing so. Appreciate the committee's time, and I yield back.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.